everyone, and welcome to Endorphin Digital Rush's video. In this video, we will be talking about what makes up a good and effective website, as well as going through some examples of websites that we think are good. But before we get started, I want to share upcoming webinars that we will be presenting. Webinars are hosted by the McNulty Veteran Business Center. The first one is Introduction to Branding, and it's going to be on Thursday, November 19th from 11 to 12 a.m. It will walk you through a process to help you create a brand and share some helpful tools and resources to help make this possible. And the last webinar is called Grow Your Business with Google Ads. It's on Friday, December 4th from 10 to 11 a.m. And it will discuss how to create a Google search ad designed to grow your business. If you are interested in any of these webinars, the link to register will be in the description box below, and we hope to see you there. Now let's dive into this week's topic. Like I mentioned before, this video's topic is what makes a good and effective business website, and we're going to also show you some examples of them. Some important factors to add to have a good website are easy navigation, a clean and attractive design, and fast loading screen time. You want a website that's easy to navigate because it will decrease the chance of people coming to your website, getting lost, and leaving. If you have a navigation menu, you want each tab to be as clear as can be as what's going to be on that page when visitors click, and so they won't get lost. You want a website that's easy to navigate so visitors don't get confused and lost on your website and just leave because they aren't sure where to find anything. You should have a navigation menu at the top of your website, and it should be clear what each one means and what each one will bring you to. Having this will decrease the chances of visitors getting confused, getting frustrated, and just leaving your website because they can't find what they're looking for. Having a clean and attractive design will make visitors want to stay on your website. If the website is cluttered and it's just not appealing to the eye, visitors can become overwhelmed and they'll just leave the website. Having white space in your website will make sure that it looks nice and clean. Make sure you include a lot of photos in your website and make the text simple. So by just having short and concise text will make visitors a lot happier. Also, don't want your website to have a long screen loading time. People, they expect things to load right away. So by having a fast loading screen time, it will make your visitors satisfied and they won't be waiting and waiting for it to load, and then they might just go back and click on a different website to see if that will help them with what they need. Some pages that should be included in a good website are an About Us page, a frequently asked question page, and a blog page. An About Us page helps give visitors that personalized experience and they can feel more connected to the business. Otherwise, they're just shopping, they're just visiting the website. But if they can read about the company and know who works for the company, they could feel more connected to the company. An About Us page should share what the company is, what it does, its mission, and maybe even the staff with photos of the staff. And a frequently asked questions page can help save time for both the business owner and the visitor. If the business owner is getting a lot of common questions, they can upload this frequently asked page to their website, and visitors will see it in the main navigation menu where it should be, and they'll be able to go through and see if their question has already been answered. That way they don't need to reach out and take time from the business owner. A blog page is also something that helps create a personalized experience, and it helps visitors dive deeper into the company. Also, on good and effective websites, you will most likely find a blog page. They need to be personalized to what your business is doing in order to be effective. Endorphin Digital Marketing, our company, is a digital marketing agency, and we create blog posts about different topics of digital marketing to share with our visitors. It helps show our visitors that we are experts on our topic and they can trust us to do our work because we have a lot of knowledge of different topics that involve digital marketing. Some other things that will be found on good and effective websites are testimonials, contact forms, and even including some basics of SEO. Testimonials will help show visitors that your previous visitors and customers are satisfied with what you do and what you sell, and it could even be that push to help them decide that they want to use your business. And having contact forms helps visitors complete that call to action. Your call to action may be to make a purchase, to contact them, or to book a meeting. And lastly, you should know some basic SEO, which is search engine optimization, and have it be included in your website. If you aren't sure what SEO is, I will be discussing a free ebook that is going to be available for you to download about the basics of SEO later on in this video, so stay tuned for more information. But some basic SEO that should be on your website is including keywords in your pages, in the text, and in your blog posts. You want to include those keywords in your different URL for different pages, and you want to have different websites linking your website onto their website, which is also known as backlinks. So now you know what makes up good and effective business websites. Let's run through 2 examples of websites that I think are good business websites, and I will point out why. The first website that I'm going to discuss is New Leaf Stone Masonry. This website was created by us, and it has many of the different elements that I just mentioned that help it stand out from the competition. The first is it's easy to navigate. The navigation tab tells you what each section of the website is and what it does. And they also have an extensive Who Are We page that tells the story of their company and who the owner of the company is, which helps visitors learn about the company and gain personal knowledge of the company. And they also have a What We Do section of their website, and it shows examples of their work. So visitors that are on their website could see the work, see the examples of the work, and hopefully want to get this work done in their homes as well. And they also have that separate contact page in the navigation menu that I mentioned is important, making it easy for people on the website to contact the owner and get started with them. They also have all their social media accounts linked on their website, so visitors can stay connected with the company on other platforms other than just their website. Another website that I'm going to talk about today is called Sweet Eats. It's a local gluten-free bakery in Albany, New York, and we did not build this website, but it has many elements that I mentioned, so I thought it would be good to have as an example. First, they have a separate contact page right in their navigation menu, making it easy for visitors to contact them if that is what they came to the website to do. There's also an About Us section on the website telling customers about their company, the ingredients, and the products that they use. They have their social media accounts linked to their website as well for visitors to keep updated on them. And they have testimonials right on their homepage for potential new customers to learn about their products and see how satisfied past customers have been. And their call to action can be found right in the navigation menu, which is the shopping section of their website. They want customers to visit the website and buy products from their website, and by having it right in the navigation menu, it makes it very easy to find. These two websites are both great examples of effective business websites. They have most of the elements I discussed earlier that make up a great website. Both of these websites will be linked in the description below if you want to take a deeper dive and look through it yourself. The featured tool of this video is Google Analytics because it helps you take a deeper dive into your website. All you have to do is link your website with Google Analytics and you'll be able to track different insights on your website. Google Analytics gives you a detailed insight for the visitors of your website. You can focus on different dates and periods of time to see how your website is performing. There are 3 areas that I will focus on in this video: audience, behavior, and acquisition. There's a lot more to Google Analytics, but for now, let's just get into the basics. The first area that I'm going to focus on for Google Analytics is the audience overview. It gives you an in-depth analysis of your audience. You can view how many users and new users have visited your website over the selected time span, the total number of sessions within the date range. A session is the period time a user is actively engaged with your website, app, etc. It also tells you the average time per session. You are able to view the total number of sessions per user, and you can view how many pages have been viewed over the selected time span. Pages per view is the average number of pages viewed during a session. It also gives you information on the bounce rate. A bounce rate is when people visit a page on your website but they don't interact with the website at all, or their session totaled 0 seconds. You are also able to dig deeper into the demographics of your audience. You are able to see the language, city, and country your users are from. It also lets you dig deeper on the system your audience is using, the browser they are on when visiting your website, and which operating system they are using as well. Lastly, it gives you insight on mobile information for your audience. You can see what operating system your visitors are using and their screen resolution if a user visited your website on a mobile device. You can dig deeper with your audience using the Audience tab to learn more, but for now, that is just the basics of the audience overview. The behavior overview gives you insight on your audience's behavior over the selected period. It tells you how many page views your website has gotten over the selected time. A unique page view is the number of sessions during which the specified page was viewed at least once. You can view the average time users spend on specific pages within your website. It also gives you the bounce rate for your website. Percent exit is the number of exits divided by the number of page views for the page or set of pages. It indicates how often users exit from that page or set of pages when they view the pages. Under this information, you are able to see the different pages of your website and the page views for that page. If you have a search bar on your website, you will be able to see what users search. If you have events set up on your website, you can also view insights on that as well. The acquisitions overview gives you insight on how your audience got to your website. Top channels run through each channel, such as referral, organic, display, direct, social, email, etc. It breaks it down in a pie chart to see how many of each user got to your page. This is helpful because you can see how you got users to come to your website. If you were running a paid search campaign, you would expect more users to visit your website through that platform after running the campaign. Next, it shows you the total users over the period of time you selected. This helps to visually see when your website is getting more visits or less visits over your selected time. You can also see the conversions you have made over time. You are able to set a goal such as more sales, more visits to a page, etc. You can see over time how many users have completed this goal for the selected time period. Below this information, it breaks down each channel and gives you more insight on each one. It tells you for each channel how many users and new users have visited your site through this channel, how many sessions came from each channel. It also gives you information on behavior and conversions for each channel as well. That's just an overview of 3 different topics on Google Analytics, but there's also a lot more information that Google Analytics tells you about your website. Google Analytics does offer 2 free certifications where you can go and take the classes, both beginner and advanced, and you can earn your certification in Google Analytics. In the description, I will link the Google Analytics class. If you have the time, it is free, so I do recommend taking the Google Analytics class so you can become an expert yourself. Here in this video, I mentioned search engine optimization and some basic things that could be found in a good website. And you may not know what search engine optimization is, or you may have an idea, but it's a very complex category and there's a lot to it. This ebook was created by SEJournal, and they are an expert on all things SEO. They share different information on SEO through webinars, email newsletters, podcasts, and a lot more. Search Engine Journal has created this free ebook on SEO for beginners, and we recommend you read through if you want to learn more about SEO. It can really help your website out by getting more visitors, because by improving your SEO, you are moving up in the search engine ranking. The link to download this free ebook will be in the description below, and we hope that you find it useful. And now I'm going to go over 2 viewer questions that I have been previously asked. The first is, what are typical errors or omissions you see in websites? Some errors that I've seen in websites are poor navigation, and they have outdated information. You don't want poor navigation on your website because it can confuse visitors and they will just exit off your website. You want a navigation menu at the top of your web page, and you want each section of your page easy to find and easy to get to. This will make visitors want to stay on your web page and not leave because they get frustrated. Also, having outdated information is another error that I've seen on websites. Making a change to your business, however small, even if it's just changing a business hour, is something that you need to update on your website. You should think of your business and your website as interrelated, and any change made to your business should be reflected on your website. People may visit your website to get all of the information on your business, and you don't want them getting the wrong information. As long as you keep your website updated, they will trust you and keep coming back. A couple of omissions that I've seen on websites are leaving out contact information and leaving out call to actions. You want contact information on your website because some visitors will go to your website just to contact you. You want to give people the option to contact you, showing that you will reach out to customers and you will answer them and you're willing to form these relationships with customers. Not having contact information on your website could make you seem cold, or you don't want to talk to your customers, and you want to be friendly with your customers because they are providing you and they're supporting your business. You also want to make sure you have your call to action on your website. You don't just want your website to be the center for all your information, but you want visitors to be able to complete your call to action. That may be booking a meeting with you or buying your products. Without that, they can get all the information they need from your website, but they won't be able to support your website because they might not know where to buy your products, they might not be in the available location to buy your products or service. The second viewer question is, we would like to consider opening an online e-commerce store. How do I go about doing that? First, we recommend you using either Wix or Shopify to set up your e-commerce store. Both of these platforms have templates where you can easily set up your website, and they have extensive help centers where you can ask questions and watch videos. This helps if you do not know much about creating websites because they have constant support there helping you, and they make it easy for you to set up. Some considerations before setting up your e-commerce website is if you have the extra time to open up this e-commerce shop. By opening an online store, you are opening your business to a whole new world of customers. You have to consider how much extra time it will take to keep updating your website and to sell your products or services online. If you have the time to do that, that's great. Definitely open up an e-commerce store. You also need to consider if you have to hire another employee just for your e-commerce and if it's in your budget. You also need to figure out how far you are willing to ship your product. There are going to be different costs associated with shipping locally, nationally, or even internationally, and different taxes that go along with that as well. And you have to consider how far you want to get into that before opening your store. You also need to figure out your return policy of your products, and you have to have it clearly stated on your website. That way customers are clear on your return policy before they order it, so no confusion is made. And also, you want to figure out if you will be doing all the shipping yourself or using a shipping company. There will be different costs associated with that, so make sure you do your research. So those are the 2 viewer questions that we got this week. If you have any questions, make sure to leave a comment on this website and we will be sure to answer your questions next time. And we may even write a blog article on our website about your question. So stay updated on our blog posts as well. That's the video. I hope you found it helpful and useful. Leave a comment about what you liked most about this video and make sure you share with your friends so you can expand their knowledge on websites as well. Thank you.